Hey, it's Pat the Fire, vlog post number 6. It's June, and this month's net worth increase, well, actually last month's, up 3.5%, which is a little bit better. The month before was 3.2%. So, again, yeah, I don't stress too much about ups or downs, but generally, market's been rather bullish, so keeps going upwards. A couple things I was looking at this past month. Um, Bond dividend income. I never really counted this as income, but in my spreadsheet, I actually now added that because I realized make about 230 a month in this. It does it does get reinvested back into it. Basically tax-free municipal bond fund. So it is a nice extra bit of income that's not taxed. But yeah, I've started to actually include that because that money for a while that money was just sitting in a checking account getting like 0.1% interest, um, which amounted to barely net nothing. So past year I've chunked a bunch of money into this and I actually like it. You know, so far it's been great. I know bond funds can take a dive depending on interest rates, so it's something to look forward and pay attention to. But for the most part, I'm going to include that now in the sort of our side income, but also in our savings rate. Another thing that I talked about last time, but really still feeling the high off of is getting rid of our third vehicle. In this case, it was a camper van, and just sort of the costs that went with it. But ultimately, just having a third vehicle, I guess actually not having a third vehicle is quite nice. We had two different camper vans over the years, and so we've for years have had a third vehicle, and it's just not having it. It's really nice. It's still like this honeymoon period of going in the garage and not seeing a third car in there. It's quite nice. A lot more room in the garage. Can organize stuff and make use of that space, and then just the other costs. But ultimately, just a lot less stress. It is really nice. I think it's about coming up on 2 months since we sold it, so still enjoying that. Another thing I'd like to look at a little more seriously is vacation budgeting. We're big travelers, take several trips throughout the year, take our kids on fantastic adventures. But I, honestly don't really keep a complete watch on the total vacation budget over the year. Next year we've got a couple big trips, kind of like family vacation trips coming up, which probably going to cost a little bit more, but it's something I really want to pay more attention to and try to maybe look into past years, extrapolate the data a little bit, get an understanding of exactly how much we're spending. It's the kind of money that we don't mind spending it because it's memories, it's uh, the kids' childhood memories as well, and you know we don't mind spending a large part of our income on that, representative of what we would spend. Um, but I'd like to get a better idea of that. Did look at start calculating actual savings rate, but this is more of what I call the explicit savings rate. So last month it was 18% or 18.2%. That is, but it is a little misleading because we actually end up with some extra cash just in a checking account. So it's probably higher, but this is sort of explicit of like how much extra we're putting into investment accounts, how much into retirement accounts, how much extra into the mortgage, those kinds of things. That adds up to 18.2%. So the bigger picture is probably more in the 20s for total expenses or total savings rate. But I've been tweaking my spreadsheet and it's just always kind of getting tweaked. But that's pretty good. 18% is not too bad, at least for us. Of course, goals always are growth side income, and still, need to take time to make a more productive, efficient to-do list just because that's how it is. But did get a tracking savings rate. That's good. And looking forward to another month on the path to fire.